That is an amazing introduction, Christine. Every time someone introduces me, I have like an out-of-body experience where I wonder, who is this person they're talking about? Is it me? Dainfern, how are you doing? Okay, we're gonna try that again. Dainfern, or should I call you class of 2020? Class of 2020, how y'all doing? Fantastic, fantastic. Behind this mask, I am smiling. My teeth are white. I whitened my teeth. But 2020 has happened. I cannot show you my face. Can you have a deal? If this goes really bad, I'm not going to show you my face because you can't actually see my face behind. If it goes really well, I'll show you my lipstick, ladies. Okay, so let's get right stuck into it, ladies and gentlemen. So today I'm going to talk to you about my journey. My journey to become what was just read out in black and white. Very often when people read out profiles, you think about, wow, this person just fell down from heaven just as they are and became who they are. But life, as you know, is a process. Life, as you know, is a journey, not a destination. So my talk today is entitled, Your Gift Will Make Room for You in front of great people. I'm going to categorize this talk into 3 different sections. I'm going to talk about gifts, I'm going to talk about making room, and I'm going to talk about great people. Now, what is a gift? A gift is something that is given to you. You make no payment for it, you did nothing to deserve it. It is yours. There are 3 types of people when it comes to opening up a gift. The first type of person is the one that rips off the cover with no shame or allegiance to the wrapping paper. The second type of person is the one that meticulously removes each and every sellotape piece one by one. We all know that person, don't we? And the third person is the one that is so mesmerized by the packaging that they're too afraid to open the gift. Now, me, when I receive any physical gift, be it a birthday present or just any gift of just on any special occasion, I am that person that rips the covering off so fast that the gifter often laments as to why they spent so much money on the packaging. When it came to unveiling my natural talents and abilities, however, it took other people who were brave enough to rip through the beautiful covering and made me aware of what was inside me. I'll take you through those people. A common theme centered around all my parent-teacher consultations was that I apparently talk non-stop. One of my teachers actually dared to tell my parents that I said to her, apparently, that I get a headache if I stop talking, apparently. Another teacher told my parents that your daughter actually, the only thing she's good at doing is drawing really perfect circles, and she can color them in. I was that kid that was told, no, academics is not for you, okay? Then, my mother, growing up, always told me, she'd say, I'll say to Shana, I'm originally from Zimbabwe, says, meaning, you think, my child. She would observe me growing up and she'd see me observing things. Apparently, I am a very deep thinker. And there you have it, my friends. Those are my gifts. I talk, I create, and I think. Now, a gift is only beneficial once you open it up, develop it, and you use it. Which brings me to my next point, which talks about making room. Over the past few days, I've been working on writing and illustrating a children's book. There was one particular page that I was working on. All the images that I wanted to fit on this page were not fitting on this page. I had 10 animals that I needed to fit on this page. One option that I tried was to decrease the size of all the animals so that they could all fit on that page. Aesthetically, that didn't look good. The page looked crowded. A children's book needs to be nice and open that you can see all the images. And then I dared to actually extend the images to spread onto the next page, to the next adjacent page. And when I looked at the image, it created this beautiful picture that laid through 2 pages. When you compare yourself with others, my friends, you tend to decrease your size so that you could fit into a room. People that have found their gifts can simultaneously coexist with those that surround them and are different to them, and are confident enough to extend their space, unafraid to stand in another room. The idea to write and illustrate a children's book came from realizing that I needed to create my own space to develop my creativity gift. It is currently making me. Now, finding a gift is one thing. Developing it is a whole different ballgame. It took me more than 20 years to realign my gifts that my teachers and mother and loved ones saw and to develop them inside of me. I did the school thing. I got the degree, 3 degrees. So much for that teacher who said all I can do is just But anyway, he saw my gifts. My husband always laments and says, you need to find him and tell him thank you for seeing that. Because at that point, I thought it was a negative thing. Got my degree, as I said, I got my professional qualification, and landed a corporate job. Everything was set out for me. There was a time and a place for everything. I took the bold leap of faith and left corporate to move to a place where I'm paid to exercise all my 3 gifts. At the university, the talking helps me to facilitate learning with groups of over 800 students at any given time. The thinking helps me to figure out new and innovative ways to ensure that I'm developing my students into effective global citizens as they simultaneously learn their content. I use my creativity gift to develop online learning material so that my students can engage with the content in a gamified manner. Over the years, I've managed to merge my natural talents and abilities with the education and experience that I've acquired. I am what some people often refer to me as the not-so-typical chartered accountant. Gifts are developed over time, my friends, and people may not immediately see that value that was put inside of you. Just like a seed that has been planted, it needs to be watered and tended to, and a long time will pass before it falls into a tree. This leads me to my final point about your gift bringing you before great people. In the words of Lionel Messi, he says, I start early, I start late, I stay late. Day after day, year after year, it took me 17 years and 114 days to become an overnight success. I'm far from a football fan, my friends, but I can so resonate with Lionel Messi. I know who he is, and I know what he's known for. It takes time. It takes consistent effort to get to the point where others receive the gifts that were put inside of you. Do not be fooled by the images on social media. There's a lot of behind the work scene that goes behind finding the perfect picture. Just think of your profile picture right now. How many shots did you take before you finally got the courage to update your picture? We also tend to sometimes devalue our gifts if they're not noticed by the right people. We limit the word great people to the celebrity type of people that we think those are the great people. A great person, my friend, is someone that gives you an opportunity to share your gift with others. Today I'm speaking to you because of a great person, Ms. Christine Zedi, who saw my gift, asked me to share it with you today. I didn't apply for this. I didn't even know you guys had a valediction saying. I didn't even know what valediction means. I had to research. The gift, my talking, made room for me. You see, when you shift your focus to watering your own garden, your neighbors will have no choice but to ask you to help them with their gardens. When I'm asked the question, what would you tell your younger self? My response is always, absolutely nothing. Everything that I went through, every tear, every laughter, every joy, every pain, was all part of the bricks and cement that molded me into who I am today. Through the years, I've grown to accept that I am a cake that has already been iced, and everything else that comes and goes is just the canvas. I am complete as I am. I may not know exactly what you're going through now, my friends. I do not know what it took for you to be where you are and who you are today. All I can say, that you stayed true to the course and you fought and you made sure that you came to be who you are today. I can also say that in order for you to step boldly into what lies ahead, you need to accept that your story matters. That what was inside of you, what was put inside of you, matters. You may be filled with fear and dread of what lies ahead, wondering if it will all eventually come together. I want to tell you today that it will. It will all come together one day. I want to thank you, my friends. Thank you for continually showing up for yourselves. I know it has not been easy, but you've stayed true to the course. May you keep developing yourselves as you get to know yourselves while navigating this thing called life. Find your magic. Pursue your calling, your purpose, your raison d'etre, your reason for being. You know it. It's deep down inside of you. But don't be in a rush to get it out now. In His time, He will open that tap and you will drip, drip, drip until you gush it all out as you water the world with your calling. May you take each day with purpose and determination, knowing that you are enough and you matter. You are not alone, my friends. Dainfern United? Oh. Videographer, can we rewind and pause? Can we start again? Dainfern United? Standing?
Together, we win side by side.
Again, I didn't hear you. Dainfern United?
We celebrate our pride. Standing together, we win side by side.
Brilliant. To end off my speech, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to help me to thank the giants that you stand upon. I thank you, parents and guardians, that are sitting in this room. Now that I'm a mother of 3, I know how terrifyingly rewarding it is to be a parent. They don't know how we doubt ourselves all the time. We're literally just making it happen. You've sacrificed a lot, physically, mentally, spiritually, and definitely financially, for your amazing children to be where they are today. I honor you for all here today, and may God continue to strengthen you forward as you parent your children into the next transition. Thank you to all the teachers in this room. We have been homeschooling our children for the past 3 months, and I must say, your job is not easy. Thank you for tirelessly committing yourselves to our children and seeing things that we may never see as parents. May the good Lord continue to fill your cup so that you may continue to overflow into our children. Tegan, Laura, Matthew, Benjamin, Sebastian, Sarah, Jordan, Stephen, Declan, Samuel, Alexander, Dylan, Tatiana, Tian, Robin, Ludwig, Jason, Ethan, Skylar Ray, Michael, Vivian, Joshua, Sky, Morgan, Inga, Chao, Bongumusa, Kyra, Teng, Chaylee, Bandisa, Sianda, Patience, Nokulunga, Ada, Felipe, Luvuyo, Sandile, Tivo, Calvin, Eze, Bojema, Victoria, Caitlin, Matthew, Tiago, James, Gilmachem, Kirsten, Chiara, Jenna, Blake, Cameron, Gabriel, Siabonga, Thomas, Oket, Jordan, Bianca. I see you all. May you see yourselves, may you find your gifts, and may you pour it out into the world. I thank you.
Ms. Mabuto, we are indeed privileged and honoured to have had you as our guest this morning. Thank you so much for your encouragement of our class of 2020. And when I listened to your incredibly long list of qualifications and your achievements, that was astounding. But what has just been so incredibly overwhelming and so heartening is your warmth and your enthusiasm. Thank you so much. The image that really stuck with me, I'm an English teacher, so these images tend to stick, is that idea of us being a cake that has already been iced and that everything else is just additional candles. That's absolutely incredible. So class of 2020, think about that, remember that. Ms. Mabuto, thank you.